Thank you so much for being in the studios of Radio Side. We saw you perform so beautifully with the violin, and we have seen you earlier in Puttaparthi doing the job of a conductor for so many earlier symphony orchestras. So, how was it this time playing and being this side of the orchestra and not on the other side?
Now this is very interesting for me. I'm fascinated about conductors' gestures and the possibilities you can do. And when I'm sitting in the orchestra, I look all the time at the conductor and I want to know what is his will, what he wants to do with the orchestra. And I want to do my best to follow his gesture. So it's very interesting for me.
And when you were doing the job of a conductor, I remember those scenes. You were so expressive and so vibrant, and there was so much of energy which really radiated from your being to everyone. It was really a wonderful job. How was the experience when you were doing the conducting earlier? What did you love the most about the job of a conductor?
It's like Umberto said yesterday, the element that united all the musicians was love. The love from Swami, and this was very profound.
Wonderful. So you had yesterday a beautiful mix of so many compositions. You had Mozart, then you moved to Respighi, you went to Strauss. So was there any thought process behind choosing these different compositions and sequencing in that order?
Actually, I think the program is chosen by Umberto, who organizes and gathers all the musicians from the whole world, and our conductor, Michael. And I was so glad to see that in this program there was Mozart, and I think the essence of Mozart's music is sun. And I thought the public could get this message, and I thought the applause was very warm.
Yes. And then when you moved to Golden Years of Anderson, it was so sublime and so serene. That was a very beautiful experience. So what is it that is really the most cherishable moment for you about this trip, about this concert?
For me, the highlight was really that we could integrate Indian musicians, wind players, and I think they really gave their best. They got the music very late, and it was really not easy program, but at the end, really, the level was so good that I hope this is developing more and more. And all the time we had two Indian musicians, Shankar and the oboe player, and I followed year by year their progress. They are tremendous. Actually, the oboe player, he has to give one tone to the whole orchestra, and the orchestra tunes with this A, and it's very difficult to have a nice tone and keep the sound pitch steady. And it was so nice how he did this.
Wow, so you really loved the Indian musicians and the students of Baba's University joining this.
This is for me the highlight.
Wonderful.
I myself adore Indian music. For 3 years I studied tablas, so I really like this music, and I appreciate so much the Indians trying to approach our culture.
Wonderful. What is it that, as a senior member of the Sai Symphony Orchestra, what is it you think you are trying to communicate to everyone through your music, through Sai Symphony Orchestra?
It is so wonderful to see that in the orchestra we have all ages, we have all nationalities, and there is a lot of help. Our concertmaster Kyoko, she always helps and works with students, and this is marvelous.
And
so at the end, this difference is not seen.
yes,
We are one.
that is what symphony is all about. There is no individual. In the end, it is just one, only one music that comes out. And it's not only the music, but you said it was also the feeling with which the whole program was brought together. Let me ask you something about your relationship with Baba. What is it that you really like about Baba? What fascinates you about Swami?
I was introduced by one of my friends, Ruben Barros. He plays clarinet, and he organized an Indian tour for his yoga class. So I did all this tour and ended in Puttaparthi. So I am Protestant, and religions are rigid. They are dogmatic, and they tell you what to believe in and what not is not good. So at the first time it was not easy for me, but then very quickly I understood this is opening up. Religions are boundaries and limitation, but God is one and there is no limit. And this is Baba.
The whole expansive feeling of love. Baba says love is expansion. And that is what you felt, the universal aspect of God, the universal aspect of Baba. Wonderful. And if people in your country ask you about Baba, ask you about your trip to Puttaparthi, what do you say to them?
I try to find out what is their background. If I feel they take Baba like a guru, among others, then I say, okay, it's better to talk about God instead of, not all people know that Sai Baba is really avatar, and it's actually Godfather we pray to, and for the Protestant and Catholic Church there is Jesus and Godfather never seen, but God manifests himself all the time. So for me there's no problem about this, but when I talk to people I try to find out what is their background, can they bear this message or not.
So your conviction is firm.
My conviction is
Your conviction about Baba's divinity is solid.
it's all, it's the one, there is nothing else, and every gesture I do without his benediction I cannot do. Every breathing I do, anything, there is nothing I can do on my own.
Wonderful. He's permeated you and he works through you. Music also is his. Wonderful. Anything else you would like to say to all brothers and sisters?
What was interesting, in Geneva where I lived, I had experiences given by Baba before I knew even Baba exists. So I had in my life, first marriage was really very difficult, terrible. Ended up with divorce, could not be otherwise. then I felt really stranded in the desert, abandoned, alone, desperate, and for more than 1 year I was in prayer. But then one day I said to God, you can give me a wife if you want, you know the whole globe. Then I was walking down the street, and in front of me the sky turned red like Baba's dress. And this was not only color, this was warmth, and this was love, and this was protection, and was saying, don't worry. And this I felt so strong. So I didn't know at that time about Swami.
And after that your life changed?
Sure. Then I had an accident with skiing in the winter, and I fell between two rocks, and the shock was so big, so harsh, so brutal, that I thought, okay, you might be in a wheelchair. And when I realized I could stand up, I cried, and I saw in my pocket Baba's picture.
Wow. He's been there all the time, protecting you
It is.
and guiding you. Wow. Beautiful. Anything else you want to say about your relationship with Baba?
It is our light, it is our hope, it is our all.
This love for God. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Sai Ram. Just a sec.